So there's a little girl in Kenya who's 5 years old and plays chess, and I bet you that for the majority of the chess playing adults you do not stand a chance, and she'll probably crush you. That charming smile, absolutely deceptive. Those trophies, those are chess trophies. She's 5. She won some of those trophies earlier on at the age of 4, and currently she's very much on track to be the world chess champion. You don't believe me? We're going to take some time to go through a game that she played very recently in a simultaneous exhibition against National Master Yala Lyes of Algeria. Stay tuned. So we'll find the link to this game in the description, and we'll just bring this back all the way. This is a video that's uploaded on our channel. It's called Girl 5 versus National Chess Master. Maybe that title is going to change, but the link is going to be in the description, so you can just click on it. So it starts from the end. At the end of the simultaneous exhibition, the National Master was asked, is there any player whom he found to be outstanding? And his answer, listen in.
Player who stood out? Any game, any brilliant player, any brilliant person?
One player?
Yeah.
Small, Telo. What is it? Yes, Jero.
Aha. Listen to what he says. Now, there's a big controversy about how this game ended. Was it a win for Telo? Was it a draw? Was it a resignation? Was it a... What was the situation? So, but listen to what the NM says.
Person.
One player?
Yeah.
Small, Telo. What is it? Yes, Jero.
Aha. There, he says draw. So, pay attention to that. We'll discuss it at the end. Just an important finding.
Telo. Come.
Yes. Yes.
Come, Telo.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a good player.
Yes, fantastic, fantastic. He's successful. Which she I wish she a lot of success and good player. Good. Congratulations. Je vous en prie.
Okay, so next we come to introductions. Listen to introduce yourself.
I hope it will be the beginning. I hope it will be the beginning.
I'm 5 years old.
Okay, so my name is Telo. Kindergarten, that's where she goes to school, and the life is chess of her life. Basically, chess is her life, and she's 5 years old. What more can someone ask for? So the game starts e4, e5, and what we notice is the National Master was playing e4 in boards where he thought the opponent was weak, and c4 when he thought the opponent was pretty strong. But this is the only board in the entire tournament where move 2 was bishop c4. Of course, the plan was to play queen h5 and threaten scholar's mate, bring the queen right here, the mate in 4 if you're familiar with it. But the young lady just plays the absolute best move in the position, which is knight f6, and now the queen cannot come to h5. I know she knows this. Actually, I know that she knows that line very well and how to protect against it. Now, a bit of issue here. She played the knight before the master came round. It's a simultaneous exhibition, very fast, so she's not supposed to play before he comes round. So it was taken back and she had to play it back again, yes. Knight c3, developing a piece. Bishop c4, getting ready to castle. NM plays knight f3, attacking the pawn on e5. And she plays the absolute best move, knight c6, protecting the pawn on c5. You cannot pick because you have a bishop on c4. Yala Lyes castles, Telo castles. And I think at this juncture, the NM can't believe his eyes, but he plays a nuanced move, a bishop to b3, which avoids, sorry, for example, if you didn't play knight b3, there's room that knight can take on e4, knight takes, and then this d5 move is attacking the bishop and attacking the knight. However, in this case, it doesn't work because the knight on e4 can actually pick the free bishop on c5. Nonetheless, this is a move that poses a question to black. Okay, what will you play? Because black cannot copy. Of course, the best move here is to play d6, but okay, it's a bit much to ask. And Telo plays d6 to open up for that bishop so that the next piece can come into the game. Very coherent, very concise, economical, and following good principles. We missed two moves, h6 and h3, stopping pins on both sides. It wasn't captured in the video, but you can see the moves were played if you look at the board clearly, and so far so good. And there is just a shocker. Move after move is a strong move, no losing moves, and she's comfortably eating fries as all these things go along. Quite interesting. And then now, okay, now the game becomes a bit tricky. Knight to f4. The idea is to pick this bishop. If you pick this bishop, the pawns are broken. The best move here is actually bishop to b6. So that in case the knight is picked, bishop is picked, you pick with the a6 pawn. And what do you know? The young girl plays bishop to b6. That's how you know that chess is in her blood and she's just gifted naturally in chess. And yeah, now she plays bishop to a5, getting the bishop out of the way so the knight can't pick it anymore. And a bishop to c2 is played by the national master. The idea is to actually open for the possibility of b4, and that's a trap. And that move is impressive. That move that she has just played right there is impressive. She just plays d5. The development is almost done, and it looks like technically you're losing a piece. So I may say a pawn, sorry, because the move can come b4 and then attacking the bishop. Bishop goes back to b6, then b5. This pawn move is coming, bishop goes back, then the pawn moves up attacking this knight, and this knight has a role of protecting this this pawn. So if when the knight moves away, then this pawn can fall, and that's exactly what happens. But if the young girl could actually think through this a little better after that sequence of moves, she can actually play this pawn takes this pawn, this pawn takes this pawn, and there could be, you know, some opportunities that can rise as a result. Yeah, but you know, it's a bit complicated. I'm trying to explain those things from where I am, so don't expect them. Of course, b4 is to be expected. Bishop b6 is forced. And then now b5 is played. Okay, so at this juncture we had a very important person visiting. The lady you can see in this video, this is the Algerian ambassador to Kenya, and it was a privilege, Madam Ambassador, if you ever watch this. Thank you very much for coming. She came with her daughter and a delegation from the embassy. And given that Telo was the youngest player, of course, she drew some attention. And we'll just now listen in to one of the conversations she had with the team from the ambassador's office. Listen in. Let's listen in.
Have you win?
I'm still playing.
You still play?
Yeah, but it's the longest game I ever played.
Yeah, so she's being asked, you've won, have you won? She says, we are still playing, but it's the longest game I ever played. Quite charming, really, and it's true, because at this moment, she's played for almost 3 hours continuously.
Have you win?
I'm still playing.
You still play?
Yeah, but it's the longest game I ever played.
Okay. I'd like to win, huh? You have to win it, huh?
Please talk to the person talking to you.
You have to win, huh? Promise me, you have to win.
Okay, knight is attacked. Only move, okay, the best move is knight e7. Now you know the drill. It's what the computer suggests. And what will she play? Knight e7. What else would you expect? And now the national master plays an inaccuracy. And look at Telo's reaction. She is ecstatic. Actually, that was almost a blunder. And everyone is quite amazed. Why is she celebrating? What's going on? And they ask her, look at the ambassador, they're quite excited really. Why is she so happy? In fact, knight takes b6 is an actual blunder. Okay, a mistake. It loses an advantage because instead of just winning a pawn straight up on e5, now if Telo plays the correct move, and the correct move here is a takes b6, then she will immediately win back the pawn that she's losing on e5. And you'd imagine that's why she's happy. Of course, I know the main reason why she's happy is just a much simpler reason, which is that the pawn takes, and that opens up for the rook. How do I know? She actually said it. And let's listen. She was asked why she was so excited. She was jumping up and down.
Say that again, hold.
Okay, so what she's saying is that it's opening for her rook because her rook could not breathe. Listen again.
Say that again, hold this and say that again.
So I was hoping to hear what she said, but unfortunately she pressed the mute button on the Saramonic Blink 500 Pro B2 and we missed that entire conversation. But she's super happy that she's just gonna pick a times b6 and her rook that couldn't breathe now will have room to breathe. Seriously. If you understand, and that's perfect understanding. If you ask the world champion today how should pick, and if that's a good reason, she'll tell you exactly that. So there is that, and also just tactically you win back your pawn. But of course, winning the pawn back is not easy. It requires so she picks that way and she's very happy about it. And then now the pawn on e5 falls. Of course, Telo can win back her pawn if she can find d takes e4, and then that exposes the attack on the a2 pawn. But it's a pretty tough tactic to find. Yeah, pretty tough tactic to find if you are not Ariela Telo. But if you're Ariela Telo, that's exactly what you're going to play. And now we know the drill. And she's immediately tempted to exchange queens. Then wisdom checks in, and she holds back and takes some time to think, which is amazing and mature. So Saturn to play, and what does she do? Look at her excitement. She immediately wins back her pawn, and the rook is protected. That's her excitement. Here I think they're playing close to 4 hours. Everyone is quite excited. You can hear laughter in the background. Goodness gracious, I wonder what's going on through. Okay, fine, I know what's going on. I play here, he plays here. Okay, those kinds of things. Yeah, so the opponent is actually losing. There's a bit of a communication challenge because Yala speaks in English, in French, so English is a bit complicated.
Thank you.
That's checkmate. Now watch what Telo does. Okay, you most possibly missed what she whispered to the young lady. Listen again, before the hug. You tried your best, then gives her a hug. What else? And she's so tiny, she gets past. You know, and okay, but it's late, everyone is getting tired. and that position is still pretty good. It's a turn to play. And once again, the computer here recommends bishop to e6, but now she's thinking, and and she plays bishop e6 and takes a bite of her cake. And she gets passed for the second time.
Bishop e6. Okay.
Developing the last bishop to e3. She now offers a draw. It's getting pretty late. It's late evening. They've been playing for more than 4 hours. Draw rejected. c6. Again, one of the best moves in the position. Dash is pretty tired at this time.
Hello.
And it seems as if the pieces fell off because the position changed and
the position was not like that.
And it had to be replaced back to what it was before, which is what you are seeing on the left board here. This was the position, but someone moved around the pieces.
Bishop, where is the bishop? Sorry, that was the position. Why are you moving here, place? Bishop, okay? Yeah, don't move the pieces. Keep the pieces as they were.
Okay, but you can see it's getting dark outside, and everyone is getting quite tired already. I think it's going to 5 hours there, but I'm not sure whether it's 5 hours or, but it's a pretty long game so far. Bishop d4. You can see the darkness outside. They started before midday. It's way past 6. It's going to 7 p.m.
Tired.
Yeah, it's quite tiresome.
Sunshine.
Once again, c5. Very good moves only. Position is still fairly balanced. Material is equal. She even has an outside possibility of an outside passed pawn. And
Time to play.
But she's exhausted and she doesn't want to continue. You can see the glint on her face when she's saying what she wants to say, which is that she wants to resign. Okay. So I promised you to discuss this controversy. She said she wants to resign. I mean, she's tired. I understood that she wants to resign. But there's a communication barrier between the national master and I mean, his first language is English, and he extended his hand, but not for resignation, but for a draw, as you can remember from the first video. So it's quite interesting that in this position, after about 5 hours plus of chess, this is how it ended. We didn't understand this until we reviewed the video at the end, and we reached out to National Master Yala Lyes just to clarify that is a position, but actually that was a fantastic experience. But then at the end of all this, Telo was super exhausted, and she said, okay, rather than continue, 5 hours plus for a 5-year-old, she's played for more hours than her age. I think she did an amazing job. Well, what do you think of that game? Do you think you could do better? Do you think at yeah, and we'll post a couple of videos where she's playing adults, and actually she's won. I think it's already on the channel, you'll find it somewhere. But we'll do a commentary on it as well for clarity. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and there's a thanks button on YouTube there. Click on it, do something, you know, a bit of blessing for you as well, and a big blessing for all of us as we try and get this girl to be the world champion. That will take some support. Do support the channel. Thank you very much, guys. And yeah, that marks the end of it. See you around.